Hiya once again, Tim with Tim's Computer Repair. Got a desktop custom built computer here. Customer says that he's upgraded the CPU and now he's not getting any video. So here's some things that you need to be sure that you do before you upgrade your processor on your motherboard. So he has upgraded from an Intel Core i5 10400F processor. He's upgraded to Core i7 11700F. So in many cases it's just not that simple as to remove your heatsink, remove your processor and put in an upgraded processor, apply thermal paste, mount your cooler back on there, power it up, and bam, you're upgraded. Many times it's not quite that simple. So before you upgrade your processor on your motherboard, first of all, you have to make sure that the new processor is compatible with your motherboard, and you can do that by going to the manufacturer's website and look at the specifications. In this case, this motherboard is a Gigabyte B560 DS3H AC motherboard. Simply go to their website and you look into their specifications on their support column and you look up your CPU support and be sure the processor you want to upgrade to is listed there. If it is, that's good. That means the motherboard is compatible with it. That's not where you stop. You have to, secondly, be sure that you've got the BIOS version that is compatible with your new processor. In this particular case, his i5 10400F processor requires a BIOS version of F1. The Core i7 11700F also requires the F1 version of the BIOS. So if the i5 processor was working, that means that it has at least the F1 BIOS installed. So we know that the BIOS that's on this motherboard is the correct one to properly read the chip. The last thing you want to do before installing the new chip is to clear the CMOS. You want to clear the CMOS before installing the new processor. So that's what we're going to do with this one. So I haven't even powered this on yet to even see if it gives video. He says it doesn't, but I've already done the research. It is compatible with the i7 chip, and it does have the F1 BIOS. So there's two things that I can confirm before I even power the computer on. I'm going to go ahead and power this computer on now just to replicate his problem. Lights, camera, action. And we'll see if we get a post here. Oh, well, it posted. Oh, wow. Okay then. Well, Core 6 is critical. He's getting a Core number 6 is critical. Core 6 and 7 is critical. Yep, he's over 100C on his cores. He is running hot. So I'm not sure about whatever video problem he said he was having. But he is, so we got thermal throttling, yes. Power core limit exceeded. Power core limit exceeded. Core power limit exceeded. Huh. Yeah, let's shut this down, figure out what the heck's going on here. I wonder if he's got an overclock on this. Or it says power is exceeded. So let's I don't even know if this is even running. Shut that down. shut this down, shut this computer down. Definitely shut down. So he's running hot. So something isn't adding up here. Something definitely isn't adding up. His complaint was he swapped out the processor for the upgrade and he wasn't getting any video after that. I went down the road of thinking, well, it's either the BIOS or he didn't clear the CMOS or something like that. I turned it on, it comes right up, no problem, but it's crazy hot. Crazy hot, which tells me that most likely his pump may not be working. So it also makes me wonder, was he just upgrading his processor to upgrade, or was he thinking that he has some kind of a processor issue with the i5? Like it was overheating, maybe some instability, so he thought maybe getting a new processor would solve that problem. I'm thinking it's the water-cooled system that's overheating the processor. I'm not sure I was given the whole truth by the customer on this computer. So let me do a little bit more of investigating and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do real quick, I know I really don't need to be running this at those temperatures, but I need to check in the BIOS really quick to be sure I'm getting a tack on the pump. I want to be sure the pump is showing that it is operating. So real quickly, let's go ahead and get into that BIOS. Settings, easy mode. CPU temp, 52. That's at idle. System fan, CPU fan is running. But CPU temp is dead at 52C. Which is a little high, but it's not fluctuating. In Windows it was showing it over 100C, and it's not fluctuating at all here. Oh, it went down. It went down a degree. Some more research is needed. That CPU temp isn't climbing in the BIOS. So if that pump was failing on that water cooler, or the water cooler itself was failing, that temperature would steady be climbing. How are we getting 100C in HW info and the BIOS is only reading 52 at idle? That's toggling between 51 and 52. Very, very, very strange indeed. I'm going to load defaults. I'm going to load defaults, and then we're going to reboot. Save and exit. Reboot, and we're going to check temperatures back in Windows here. Reboot it again. So we're posting just fine. Now his pin is messed up. Set up my pin. Something happened and your pin isn't available. Please set up your pin again. Oh boy. Microsoft account. It messed up the pin. Okay everyone, I thought I had the camera rolling, but I didn't. So I wish I could have showed you. I've taken off the heatsink and just to investigate, and there was a serious amount of thermal paste on this processor. It was caked on there. I've cleaned it all off. Wish you could have seen it. Don't know if that's causing the high temps, but it was seriously way too much thermal paste. So I'm just going to experiment here. I'm going to put a little thermal paste on here and remount that heatsink, and let's see if that helps with the temperatures. That should do it. Now let's get this mounted and we'll check it out. Okay guys, After redoing the thermal paste on this processor, look at those temps in the BIOS. How about that? That's, you know, normal range to me. So very well, man. I'm going to go into Windows and test. I got to unlock his account again. I wish I would have had the camera rolling when I took that thermal paste off. It was a serious amount of thermal paste on there, but that, you know what? I think we may have found the problem. So, you know, I took that heatsink off just to investigate and to also get measurements because I want to be sure the new cooler is going to fit. And I did notice all that thermal paste on there. So those are normal idle temperatures, I would say, for this processor. Definitely. We were getting 50s at one time and then mid 60s another time, if you recall. Just sitting here in the BIOS, which is not good. Now we're looking like we're normal. So let me see if I can unlock his account. I'll contact him and see if we can get in there and check those temps out. Okay guys, we're just sitting here at idle on the desktop. We're CPUs, you know, pushing up into the 70s and 80s. So that changing that thermal material did help, but this is still way high just for idle. So let me check to see if there's any high CPU usage here. What is that? Oh, okay. No, the CPU is only being utilized at 50%, 40%, 45%. So, and he's still got temperatures up in the upper 70s sitting here at idle. So I don't think that's, he hasn't thermal throttled like he has before. But gosh, sitting here at idle, look at that 85C. My goodness, that's still too high for the water cool for this processor. So yeah, I'm definitely calling that. I really don't want to push the processor to test that. So let's just open up a browser. It's probably going to shoot straight up. Yep, let's play a video. Just anything. Yeah, playing a video. He's shooting up into the 90s. So, I mean, you play a game or you push that CPU, it's going to fly right up. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is cooler. I thought maybe I was on to something there. It did help some, but that's way too high. Way too high. So something's going on with this cooler there. Anyways, we're going to carry on. Okay, so I've lost a little bit of audio here from on my bench from this particular clip. But what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and remove this water block from this computer and this pump. We're going to go ahead and go with a quality air cooler for this. We're going to eliminate the water cooling altogether. So once we have the water block off there, we're going to have to just disconnect the RGB cable here from the back. You got our little RGB controller here, and the next step is going to be to go ahead and remove the radiator. Anyways, guys, I had to pop this front panel off. And I basically just used a screwdriver and popped off the sides there just to pop that off. And I don't have enough slack here for these cables to work with. And we'll go ahead and snip this. Snip. That should give me a little bit more play, and it does. So let's go ahead and lay it back down. Oh, like this without breaking anything. All right. Okay, that now gives me enough room to get back here with my screwdriver to remove Now able to remove that radiator. Ah, the pump. No, it's probably the, what is that? That is the RGB to the fans, what that is. So I could probably leave that plugged in. I need to get these fans off now, pretty much. Okay, let's see. That'll be fun while it's still in the case. Huh. Well, I can do it. You do it with a screwdriver of some sorts. All right. Well, his radiator is a little clogged, but that's not clogged enough for it to affect the temperatures like that. That's for sure. I mean, this thing's light as a feather. I hardly hear any water in it, but it's out nonetheless. Now we can just mount these fans back. Close this baby up. There we go. Okay. We can close the rest of that up when we're done to make sure everything's in good shape. Well, that back plate will drop right off after I do this. Got it. And there is the back plate. Came right off. Let's take a look at our new cooler. We're going to go with the Dark Rock Pro 5. Test. Okay, your good old Be Quiet Intel backplate bracket here. You've got the little screws you put in through the specific slot, and you got these little rubber O-rings that you slide over it to hold it in place. Do all 4 of them like that in the proper slot as it shows in the diagram for socket 1200, which is this motherboard. Got it right in over these holes here, just like I got. I'm holding it with my hand back here. And we're just going to put these standoffs on each one. And that'll hold it into place. Then we got our brackets here. There's them. There we go. Thermal paste still looks good. Of course, make sure your plastic is removed from the bottom of the heat sink as usual. I like the new design versus the Dark Rock Pro 4. Take that off. Ooh, magnet on the top. This guy is going to goes right down into the slot with this bracket on it. Just like that. That sits down there just like that. Amazing. And then this guy is going to go right over the top of that. Oh, take off the packaging first. Yep, just like that. Well, that looks pretty doggone sharp, I must say. Not bad. Dark Rock 5. Very nice design. I like it. It looks really cool. I do like it. I do like it. And look at that. That fan sits there just fine, level with the top of that. Yes, sir. So this fan, this air cooler is now installed, and we can actually test this honestly. Everybody, look at the difference in the BIOS right now. How about that? 20s. In the 20s. That, my friend, is a big difference. No doubt. Let's go ahead and get booted into Windows and see where we go. Ah. How about that, everyone? There we go. Low 30s. There's one that says 55C. Oh, no, we're good. 31. Maximum it's gotten is 45C. Oh, yeah. We're in the 40s. That was it. That was the problem. Just got to figure out why these fans are revved up so high, though. But that fixed the problem. This just goes to show you, man, systems, those closed loop water systems are something to really watch for as far as being a problem. In this particular case, it was showing what in the upper 30s, 40 degrees, 41 degrees in the BIOS with that water cooler, which doesn't seem too bad. But as soon as we got to Windows, everything was ramping up and spiking 100 degrees and 99 degrees, and it's like, oh, and thermal throttling wasn't doing anything. But now this guy here is good to go. I mean, you can see there, nice Dark Rock 5 water cooler. Hey, I'll have the links to this water cooler down in the description below this video. Help support my channel, use my links, I'd appreciate that. Other than that, thanks for coming along with the ride. So until next time, everyone, see you soon.